Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls, coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share another spring card that I made. I'm ready for spring, so I'm getting out all of my tulips and spring flowers. And this one goes together really quick, but it's a really fun fold. Stands up really nicely. It's a top fold card, so you can write your message on the inside, but when it's standing up, it looks just like that. And it's just such a fun card to make. And it's not difficult to make. It's a little bit complicated with kind of the scores and cuts, but not too bad. So let me show how to make it. Okay, so we're going to start with our card base, and it's a 5x7 top fold card. If you don't have a 5x7 top fold card base, you can make one out of a piece of 5x7, and then if you don't have 14-inch wide cardstock, because this is 5x14 scored at 7. If you don't have that long of cardstock, cut one 5x7 and then cut one 5x7.5, score at half, and then glue them together, and that'll give you your top fold card. Then to make the front of it, this piece, let me get my scoreboard out. It'll make it a little bit easier to see. So this piece of card is 5x11.5. Okay, and so if you have A4 cardstock, it's perfect. If you don't have A4 cardstock, you can use a piece of 12x12, but it's 5x11.5. And we're scored at 1/2 and at 2.5. And then it's scored at 3.25, but just the middle 2 inches. So in 1.5 inches from each side. So what I did is I just measured 1.5 inches in here and just drew a pencil line down, and then I know where to score to. So 3.25 just in the middle section, at 4 on just the outer sections. So 1.5 inches, skip the 2 inches, then another 1.5 inches. Then at 4.25 in the middle section, 6 in the outer sections, and then at 7.5 you can either draw a line or score just those outer sections, because we're going to cut those away. Okay. And then in the middle section, 9.5 and 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to leave that sitting there in case you want to take a snapshot. And then we're going to cut these sections from there to there away. All right. And then I'm also going to cut, so we're going to cut this section out, and then from here down to that line, that score at 3.25, I'm going to cut that. All right. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. I think that'll be the easiest. So I'm going to start by going 1.5 inches. I'll go this side. So at 1.5 inches, I'm going to cut all the way down to the score line at 3.25 inches. And same on the other side. So if you're cutting this way, it's at 3.5. At 1.5 and 3.5. Okay. And then I'm going to cut these away, and I'm just going to use my scissors to cut those. Don't cut that inside section. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and erase my pencil lines. even though I'm going to mat that paper, so it's not going to show anyway. But, okay. So then the 1/2" tab is your glue tab, and that's going to glue onto the bottom of your card base. So that's going to create that. So let me go ahead and get I'm going to go ahead and burnish these. Then we're going to score, then we're going to fold. There. And then these are going to score or fold back. And those are going to fold back. So this creates the bottom. And then you're going to fold this one that way, that one that way. And then like that, okay? So it looks like that. And that creates the front decoration on your card. And when you get it all folded up and glued together, it will fold flat, just like that. And it's going to go right on the front of your card. Literally, just like that. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and mat and layer before I put it on there. The paper that I've chosen is from the Crafter's Companion Enchanted Dreams collection. And it's Crafter's Companion Enchanted Dreams. And this is actually the back side of a paper pad, a piece of paper. Okay, so you want to mat that back before you start putting, before you put your pieces on. And so that's a 5x7 piece in the back. And then I'm going to just mat and layer each of these little pieces. So I cut 1.5, 2, and a 1.5 inch strip. And I'm just going to cut, I'm going to start with the middle. And then I'm going to match up these papers down here with this one. So we're going to start by cutting 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 5 1/4, 1, and then 3/4. So now I want to try and match this paper to this paper. So I'm going to take that much and I'm going to start my mats and layers for the bottom at that same spot because I want it to completely match. Now let's bring our card base in. Now these are going to wrap around and glue into there, but I'm going to go ahead and glue this part on first. And I'm going to use my tacky glue for that. Make sure I got the bottom of my card base. And we're going to just put some tacky glue or red liner tape or something just on that 2 inch or that 1/2 inch tab at the bottom. And then this is going to glue right onto there at the bottom. So just center it up and get it straight, even on the sides and at the bottom. Okay. And then these are going to fold down like this. Okay. So I'm going to put glue on the backs of these. And you're going to tuck those in to the edges on both sides. And then once you get them in there, just fold that card flat and push it down because you want to make sure it goes flat. Okay, there's that. And then this piece is going to glue, that 1 inch tab is going to glue on the top there. So put glue just on this tab. And then again, you're going to fold all of this flat and push it down. And it should go completely flat, like that. There. And there's my card base, my top fold card. Stand up, it's going to look like that. And now it's just about decorating. I'm ready for spring. I don't know about you. So I've got some tulips that I'm going to use to decorate. We're going to put those in there so that they fit within the card. Okay, just like that. These are, it's a die and an embossing folder from Lisa Horton called Spring Tulips. And you just cut the die out, run it through the embossing folder, and then I did some inking on it. And I've just got 2 of them. And I'm just going to layer them up like that. I think I'm going to put the first one down flat, and then I'm going to put the other one with a little bit of dimension behind it. So as you can see, these are tall enough that they're going to go off the top. So you're going to need a little bit taller than a 7-inch envelope to put that in. If you want it to stay within a 7-inch 5x7, you need to keep the flowers lower than this score line. I don't care about that because I've got taller envelopes. And then this one's going to go basically right on top, but I'm going to use my 3D glue gel. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think I'm just going to put a little, so I changed my mind. I think I'm going to, instead of a sentiment, I think I'm going to put a bow right down there. I think that'll be pretty. So I'm going to, this is my little bow maker. And the way you do it is you just wrap around. I'm going to go around twice, maybe 3 times. We'll see. However many times you want. I'll cut it off. And then this goes underneath, over the top, and you just tie it right in the middle. And when you pull it off, you got this nice, beautiful little bow that you can, and since I wrapped it around 3 times, I've got 3 loops, and you just separate the loops. And I'm just gonna place my little bow right there at the bottom of my little bouquet of tulips. We're all done. And it folds up. I mean, if it weren't for the bow, it folds up relatively flat. And it's top fold card, so you can write your message on the inside. But it stands up really nicely. It stands up, you know, like this. It just is so pretty. Love that. Thanks for watching.